I find my work as a teaching artist in the neighborhood of Bushwick in Brooklyn, New York, to be gifts in an extremely large city that can often feel fragmented and isolated. Running into familiar faces and walking to artist-run galleries as well as the schools I teach at is the usual and a great value to me. I feel I can see the local and the change in a massive capitalist system. I miss my students and creative community during this period of social distancing and quarantining for COVID-19. I've witnessed beautiful resilience and support during this time, and I look forward to when I can teach and build with others in person again. I appreciate the importance of arts education more than ever. Where I live and work defines me as it gives me a sense of place and empowerment through art, but it does not define me as it is deeply urban and cut off from nature. When I'm not in the city, I love and find it essential to immerse myself in the woods. I think there is so much to learn from non-human life systems, especially as an artist. I believe it allows for deeper looking and sensory experience as knowledge. I use my time in nature to inform my making alongside contemporary art. I take my experience and shift it into interdisciplinary making, such as upcycled books. Sometimes I take them on trips to nature or to the gallery where they can interact with other art objects and be handled by people, igniting conversations and spaces for intimacy. Sometimes I make portals or hand out gifts such as this droplet in performances. I am grateful for my mom and her openness to art. She is happy to visit my studio. I find that making art and teaching are synergistic and informative practices. It excites me to work with students that greatly range in age, experience, and background. In the course Artist as Observer at IS 383, students start their session with sensory and exploratory journal prompts and continue into open studio time. Our current project is accordion style journals with batik covers. Look at something for 5 minutes and write down everything you see. This could be your neighbor, your hand, the desk, the floor. You're just really trying to exercise closer and deeper looking, and one of the practices of being an artist is not only what you make, but how you look at the world around you and try to imagine other possibilities. I love collaborating with my co-teachers to encourage students to try new techniques. This is an example. How do you think this was made?
Rosira knows. Andrew knows.
Oh, but it was like this clear thing. It could be like this, any like texture. It's a pattern.
Then I did a second coat where I just covered the entire surface with a dark blue to see what would happen after I added more glue. I want to go ahead. It's kind of like if you ever stretch and make a canvas for painting, you also fold the edges over and clean the edges up a bit. As makers, we possess social accountability when we operate in the greater public. As a visual arts teacher, I encourage students to dig into their vision so that they can understand and articulate their power. I believe it is my responsibility to constructively challenge and guide students in visually empowered directions. Every student has a unique voice that contains the potential to influence their culture. I am often pleasantly surprised at the range of work that my students create from kindergarten to middle school. Art moves beyond the individual and into the world. I feel accomplished as a teacher when I see young artists taking risks, asking questions, and being open to the powerful presence that contemporary art can offer. Ultimately, I would like to blend art education with wellness, nature experience, and environmental education. I seek to make teaching truly interdisciplinary as we radically use our imaginations to build a new, more sustainable reality.